Sandy, tell us about this video hub, this opportunity to sort of this marketplace you guys launched in April, and sort of a little bit about the business opportunities around that and what that means perhaps for vertical interest on the publisher side and perhaps creating content that's perhaps more vertical. But give us an overview.
Well, by way of a little bit of background, I mean, you know, the starting point of launching what we've called AP Video Hub was clearly the idea that broadcasters no longer own video. Digital publishers, newspapers, everybody now has a share in the video news game. But most of those people who are newcomers to video don't have the content management systems that broadcasters would necessarily have, don't have the satellite infrastructure that broadcasters would have, and in many cases don't have the archive, obviously, that broadcasters would have. So what we've tried to do is create an experience where on one platform, on a subscription basis, people can buy credits which will allow them access to all of AP's video, both current and from the archive, and they can take that video and pretty much use it on any of those platforms for any news purpose. The subscription model is one that has, you know, served the agencies well for generations. There's been lots of talk about changing those models, but actually we're pretty confident that in this kind of credit system that we've set up, that people will have maximum choice and be able to transact video in a very cost-effective way, very simply.
So how is it's different than the agency? Tell us about how it's different and what your audience for this is, through language or special interests, or?
Our audience is anybody, frankly, who's a digital publisher. I mean, the original design was around sort of newspaper websites, but clearly anybody who wants to have news video on their app or on their site is a potential customer of this. Where it's not different is that it's still the same accurate, fast news that, you know, AP and other agencies have traded in down the generations. Where it is different is that you have that functionality where if you choose to follow certain topics, there's a follow button and you can follow that. There's a Twitter alert feature to it. There is also human curation to it. So we will set up certain topics that our curators will see some traction around. There's a discovery feature as well as a search feature to it. So it's a very user-friendly experience, and one that the architects of it, and Sue Brooks is in the room with us, is the architect of it. I've spent an awful lot of time on the user interface and the experience, because I think what's pretty clear is that people want video, but they don't want to be encumbered either with a whole load of startup costs or a very labor-intensive environment every day. They want to make this simple. They want to have the download, and you know, to the point that our colleague from Brightcove was making earlier on, they want to populate and infuse their sites and apps with more video, and this gives you the ability to do that.